We're reviewing the Vortx. So what this is a fan that emulates wind and fire and heat from games and movies and videos and such. So basically, the technology we're dealing with here is actually really interesting. So it gives you that sense of further immersion because you're getting wind coming from this adjustable kind of area here. Trying to show it off well. You get the idea. So wind comes out of here and then it blows towards you. It's suggested to be about 3 to 4 inches away. You can move it closer. I had it pretty close just so that I could get the full effect of it a little bit better, at least I thought. So this is the prototype version of the actual equipment. It launches a little bit later from when I'm filming this, so I got to check it out early, which was pretty cool. So you're going to see something very similar to this version of it, but obviously it's going to be a little less marked up because this one has definitely seen some travels. So the technology is actually really cool in this. It seems like it's still in its infancy in the sense that it does a good job, but it's not quite all the way there yet. If you want to see more information, like a more in-depth thing, I've got a written review in the description, and that kind of goes over the more intense details. But we're going to continue looking at this, and I'm going to put some video in overlay as well, where I'm kind of showing it off. I got this great scene where I have my Frienderman. I gave him a little cape. Finally got the great wall cape to good use, and it kind of shows off how the wind flutters and affects the character while the game is in motion. So first off, we have our little dial here. So this thing is easy. It's just like, you know, just like a radio or a sound dial. You turn up the volume, turn it down. So you can move it around, and there is an array of bright LED lights, and you kind of click it in to switch the different settings as far as tweaking the different modes and such on the actual device. It's run through the computer, and you get this little tiny program that runs. It doesn't take up very many resources at all on the computer, and it just sort of is constantly detecting sound. So the sound is shown in a wheel, a little circle, and that's how it detects the waves and sees wind to actually produce, you know, wind, whether that's cold or warm. And that actually is a very interesting idea. I would have perhaps liked to see them also maybe try to counter, like, kind of load video as well, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm way off books here, but just I noticed in movies there's certain quiet scenes where it's just silent, but there's still like a wind going by. You can still see, visually you can see things, and I don't think it quite gets all the little wind well. I would have liked more of a constant, you know, capturing of the wind, because there's one scene where there's snow falling and it's just silent, and it's a beautiful scene, but you're not feeling the snow, if that makes sense, and that's something you want in a sort of immersional device like this. Immersional, yeah. And going past that, it is excellent for games though. It really, the detection for gaming is fantastic on this. Also, there's this one scene in the movie where there's like a car explosion, and it's similar in games too, is when those explosions go off, this thing really gets it and you feel that gust of warm air right away, and that is really cool because you want to feel that extra bit. That's the whole point of this, is to, you know, feel that heat and feel like you're more immersed in the game. They say it's very much for VR setups, and I could see that, you know, definitely being a great addition to your headsets because you're not going to see it. The device is somewhat loud, I want to say. You definitely hear it kind of going off. It's not too loud. If you were in, you know, headset on, I don't think you'd hear it. If you were in a VR headset focusing on the game, you wouldn't hear it. But if you're just kind of sitting there and it's just close to you, it is kind of apparent. There's some little noise to it too, but I'm pretty sure that's just because it's like, you know, there's something like loose. It's a prototype, so it's not, you know, 100% finished. So aside from this, you also get a connector here. So USB on this end, and the bigger classic power piece right there. So you probably know what that is, and it just plugs in, and you've got your standard power cord as well on this thing. It'd be nice if it was all USB powered, but I imagine because it's a fan, it takes a lot more power in order to run it, which makes sense. It's not an inconvenience. The cords are fairly long, and it's very easy to set up. You just plug it in and download the software, and you're good to go. The software is, again, tiny, not only in resource, but how big the file size is. So it's really easy to access. You can also change the LED lighting, which is really cool because it's like a bright LED lighting. I don't know if quite didn't mention that, So that's kind of neat. I like to have a customized color, so you know I get like the lime green going, which is really cool. So when I was playing this, I was testing a lot of games where there was wind and heat and such. So this is only available for PC right now. They did tell me that they are working on perhaps a console version down the road, but that would be a separate Vortx. I think that would be really cool because that's sort of what I imagined was it would be for the console experience where you plug it in. It's very cool on PC, don't get me wrong, but I do a lot of console gaming. So what I actually was doing was plugging in my PVR that I usually capture gameplay with into my computer so that I could feel the console games playing, because you know it's based on sound. And that's kind of how it went, and I was, you know, getting a burst. I played Tomb Raider that way, like Call of Duty, you know, just the big ones. I played Minecraft, but there's not really much of an effect on that one. Everything gets tested with Minecraft, no matter what the hardware is. It's always Minecraft testing. But on PC, I was playing Gears of War 4, which is incredible for it. I did the windy level in Act 4. Chapter 5, I believe it is, where it's just constant, intense gusts. And you can just stand there after you've killed all the enemies, and you can really feel the wind coming in and kind of blasting you, and you get that intensity, which is really nice. And that, when it does work, and it works just perfectly when it's going along, and I think that's really nice. If you want that level of immersion, it kind of provides that really well. And yeah, going from there, it's like the Tomb Raider, kind of the opening cliffside where it's all snowy. That one feels good. The explosions when she's in the truck and falls down over, that was really cool. I did Forza Horizon and 6. Horizon, you felt it a lot more because of the open kind of winds in the areas, and I thought that was really cool. Other than that, I mean, I tested it out with a number of games. It seemed to work really well. I tried a bunch of movies. It really seems to get the explosions well, but again, some of those wind elements were not quite there yet in that sense, and I would have wanted a little bit more out of it. Other than that, I'm impressed by this. If it's something you want to feel the wind in a game, get that kind of cool little immersion, and I think we're finally starting to get cool little neat things like this. Obviously the technology isn't 100% because, you know, the movies and stuff, but when it comes to games, it really does nail it, and I was very, very pleasantly surprised by this. And even for the prototype, it's really well. It's great. You can read my full review in the description below where I go over the details. But so far, yeah, you know, just price-wise and design concept, I think this is a very interesting device if it's something you're interested in. You want to feel the games, you want to be immersed in the games, then the Vortx is actually a good option for doing so.